basement sublet of horror. I am your host, Gunther Dedmund. Thank you for tuning in tonight for our special show, Atomic Age Vampire. Yes. I have taken this film, the original film, and condensed it down to a very short version. And I've kind of rearranged things so that it's a whole other film. I mean, I know there's some purists who would tune in and say, well, I want to see the original film. Well, you're mad. You're mad, Atomic Age Vampire. I have saved you. So tonight, sit back in your chairs and enjoy the Atomic Age Vampire.
Go put some clothes on.
I won't be a minute.
Try to get it through your head, Jeanette. I only came in to tell you goodbye.
Goodbye? Pierre!
It's all over. You had your choice. Either me or the so-called profession you're working at. You're still working, so that means I'm through.
Oh, please don't treat me like this. You know your ship is about to sail.
Better for us. It's easier if I go away.
Easier to what? To suffer even more than we both have already? You know we belong to each other, Pierre.
Oh, please, Jeanette. Let's end it now.
No. Pierre!
Better move on. There's a mob of people out there. They want you to do another number.
I won't do another number. I'm fed up with this job.
Automobiles can be dangerous, too. They sometimes cause bad accidents, but we are ready. We have safety rules that car drivers and people who are walking must obey. Now, we must be ready for a new danger.
Duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover.
Moreno, you haven't eaten anything today either. I thought you might like a nice cup of tea. It's been almost 3 months, hasn't it? Yes, more or less. And in a few more days now. I could read the truth in the eyes of Professor Moray. There isn't a bit of hope for me. Mutilated. Disfigured. Forever. You might as well be prepared for the worst. But it won't make any difference to someone who really loves you.
She has no family here, not even friends close enough to worry about her. The newspapers made that clear. Go to her. Does anyone know you in that clinic?
No one.
And no one must know that Jeanette Moreno is coming here.
No one will know.
I have complete faith in you as always. And I know that I shall succeed.
You're going to need I'll be here, Albert.
Well, you don't look much like a girl who's been out having a wonderful evening.
Oh, Mom.
Now, here. What's the matter, dear?
Do you remember when you told me that I might have such strong feelings about a boy that it might be hard for me to decide what's right to do?
Yes, I remember, but why?
Well, it was something like that tonight with Jeff.
Our story begins here with coffee. Its flavor caught in the closed fist of the bean, brewed into a beverage that is consumed in the hundreds of millions of cupfuls each day. In this beverage that has become so much a part of our lives, there is a background.
No. You mustn't give up all hope yet. Who are you? Don't ask me questions. There isn't time. I'm an assistant to a great scientist who has come to hear of your case and wants to know more about you. He wants to give you treatment. What's the use of treatment? What's the use? You have to believe me. We have discovered a new therapy together, and it's miraculous. I guarantee it.
In the romance of evening, when young dreams glow softly, coffee is always a perfect companion.
No secrecy is necessary. And I mean absolutely. Not a word to a soul.
If you do not know just what to do, ask your teacher when this film is over. Discuss what you could do in different places.
You will drop out of sight for a short time. 3 or 4 weeks at the very most. And when you reappear, everything will be as it was before. As if you had awakened from a horrible dream. Don't you believe me? Well, then do just as you wish. I have never been to see you.
First, you'll have to know what happens when an atomic bomb explodes. You will know when it comes. We hope it never comes, but we must get ready. If you are not ready and did not know what to do, it could hurt you in different ways. It could knock you down hard or throw you against a tree or a wall. It is such a big explosion, it can smash in buildings and knock signboards over and break windows all over town. But if you duck and cover like Bert, you will be much safer.
Is this Professor Levin? So you've come to us. I'm happy to see you. Are you sure that no one knows you've come here? Positive.
Show me your face. Show me your face, I said.
You know how bad sunburn can feel. The atomic bomb flash could burn you worse than a terrible sunburn, especially where you're not covered.
Yes. She's disfigured forever.
There's no one who can help me now. No one. Let me go away, please.
I give you my word that I will restore your faith. Restore all your beauty.
You're worse than all the others. Because you want to deceive me. Don't talk like that.
Now pull yourself together. We have succeeded in discovering a great secret. The secret of spontaneous reproduction of living cells.
It's the secret of life itself.
The secret of life and also of death.
You must be now. It's a miracle. And you will be the first person in the world to benefit from it.
I shall perform this miracle.
A simple recipe for perfect coffee. Perfect coffee, sending its glow into our lives around the clock.
Will you try? No, I beg of you. She's fainted.
It helps us start the day with warmth and vigor.
First, the derma must be applied through an incision. Scalpel. Swab. Clamp.
Since atomic radiation improperly used may be extremely dangerous, much research has been done to discover the most effective protective measures.
Derma. Derma injection. Nothing. Still no result. And besides, what if the Derma 28 should have some unusual effect on her? Don't forget we derived it from Derma 25. I can't bear to think of her becoming
A monster, is that it?
Now, you and I don't have shells to crawl into like Bert the Turtle, so we have to cover up in our own way. First, you duck, and then you cover. And very tightly, you cover the back of your neck and your face.
Oh, there! Look there!
Janet.
You shouldn't have been pessimistic. I never had a moment's doubt.
Bring me something to drink, please.
Albert.
If you don't mind.
It has substance, a body to go with its aroma and its taste. When prepared this way, it will be perfect every time.
Here we are. Let's drink a toast to our victory.
First, take her upstairs.
Look there. And the state of shock is completely over. There can't be any more doubt of it. We've won. Doesn't it please you?
Yes. But right at the moment, all I'm able to feel is sheer exhaustion. It's as if I were afraid.
Of what?
Will there be after effects now? Will the regeneration of cells continue as it should?
I'm sure it will.
Go to the nearest safe cover. Know where you are to go, or ask an older person to help you. You know the places marked with the S sign? They're safe places to go when you hear the alarm.
Oh, my friends, do you hear that? The sirens are wailing outside. Do you hear them? Have you ducked and covered yet? Have you? You should. Maybe we should just go to a commercial. Yeah. Okay. And now, back to the basement sublet of horror. You're watching the basement sublet of horror. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight's movie, The Atomic Age Vampire, is in progress now. If you tune in now, well, you're too late to see the beginning, so watch the end. Why don't we? Let's go.
Have I slept too long? You.
Yes, Janet. It's Professor Levin, the man who is... Give me your hand.
It's a bomb. Duck and cover. Paul and Patty know what to do. Paul covered the back of his head so that he wouldn't be burned, and Patty covered herself with the coat she was carrying. They knew how to duck and cover. They acted right away when the flash came.
I owe you more than my life itself. Jeanette! Get back in bed now. You have suffered great physical shock with all this. You've recovered, yes, but we must wait a bit. We must be certain what the results are.
Success lies in a single word: care.
Another one.
Another one. Don't you feel happy? Don't you want to laugh and sing for joy?
And Monique. I wonder why she hasn't returned.
I suppose she has an experiment she's working on.
What do you want here?
And that means duck and cover fast, wherever you are. There's no time to look around or wait.
Albert.
No, Jeanette. You are nothing if not mine.
Then those fine thoughts of love and affection can suddenly get twisted.
Mother, is it wrong to feel warm and affectionate when you're with a boy you really like?
No, dear, it is not wrong. But, Mary, if these strong feelings lead you into behaving unwisely, well, the outcome can be...
You belong to me. Wait a moment. I'd almost forgotten. Excuse me, one moment.
Albert. Tell me what it is.
Monique! Monique! Monique!
Oh, I don't know what's wrong. It's as though my face were on fire.
Sit down here a moment. You'll be all right.
Monique. I don't understand. Albert. What's wrong with me? I am here, Jeanette. Just relax. You're very tired.
Now she will sleep soundly for several hours. Time is pressing. Move her to the laboratory at once.
Sundays, holidays, vacation time, we must be ready every day, all the time, to do the right thing. This family knows what to do, just as your own family should. They know that even a thin cloth helps protect them. Even a newspaper can save you from a bad burn.
I've prepared everything, but what's to be done?
If there were only a single drop of it still left.
But there isn't any.
I refuse to give up now. We'll try radiation.
Have you gone mad?
Yes, I know it's madness, but I'm willing to take any risk for her.
You know very well it's useless. Her scar tissue is forming again, and radioactive treatment is effective only against Derma-25.
Jeanette. She mustn't suffer like this. But there's always surgery.
You're out of your
Yes,
mind.
that's it. It's the only possible solution. I'll transplant directly from another human being those glands which produce Derma-28. From another woman, a young one.
Albert, you must be insane. You've gone mad over her. Now I know that I can't trust you. How will you ever accomplish it? By murdering the first woman that passes. And if the afterpicture no different, you'll kill another woman and another. But I refuse to be your accomplice. And if they ask for the truth, I'll tell. Do you hear?
Monique, come back here. Listen to me, Monique.
Stop it. We've already said enough to each other. What can we do?
But I am still here, and so are you.
What more do you want of me? Sacrifice myself for her?
You're impossible. It's only a compulsion, if you like. I want to dominate the girl, to possess her creatively. You will have to help me in this also. Help me overcome this infatuation. Struggle along with me as you always have done before.
Can't you manage to convince yourself she will remain like this? Like this?
She has nothing to do with the two of us. I promise we will send her far away. Far away. You know, I would kill 1,000 times before I would admit defeat.
Oh, I've been hearing about that. Yes, I'd like to very much.
You would? All right. I'll call for you then. About 7? Bye. I sure didn't think she'd go to a place like that for a date. Where's my racket? Oh, ready?
You know, you better think some more, fellow, about what to do on a date.
Do you think she'll have a good time? What do you suppose I'll have to do? You know who all's gonna...
Paralysis of the heart. It's quite obvious. Uh-huh. And she showed no symptoms. No warning beforehand?
Oh, yes. I've kept her under special care for almost 2 years.
I'll make out the certificate at once.
Without an autopsy?
An autopsy? I've already confirmed the diagnosis given by Dr. Levin. And out of consideration...
No. If it's usual practice.
Inspector, if the decision lies within my jurisdiction, I say no autopsy.
Oh, no. If one isn't necessary.
Absolutely not.
He's always in despair, across the meadow in the hay, lying there without a single care, just dreaming lazy hours away. Little coat of blue, cheeks with dimples too, tousled hair and lips of rosy red. Live and learn, but still we always yearn to be a little drowsy head.
Are you acquainted with the field of genetic mutation?
Yes, vaguely speaking. Frogs that after the atomic explosion produced frogs with 2 heads.
Exactly. Suppose that mutations could be made permanent or not, as we please. Imagine if this were so, what extraordinary developments it could lead to.
What you mean is exploit the horror by extracting its advantages. The bad which justifies the good, is that it?
More or less, I suppose.
Truly, the superpower which man has released from within the atom's heart is not one, but many giants. One is the warrior, the destroyer. Another is the engineer, seeking to provide vast quantities of energy to run the world's machine. Still another is the healer, helping to diagnose and cure the sick.
Well then, Doctor, I've made out the certificate. Paralysis of the heart.
She's dead! Stop! Stop! Let's go to the police!
you for making me so happy.
I didn't want you to get the impression that you're a prisoner there, on my account, through necessity of keeping everything a secret.
Yes, I'm sorry. Isn't there any music?
Jeanette, you're so distant.
Oh, Albert, please don't make me explain.
All right. No
one
explanation.
could suppose that the escape from the zoo would lead to tragedy. But who, if not a wild beast with the most ferocious instinct,
I
could have
wanted to
killed
hear
the
some
poor
music.
girl with such savage fury? There is no doubt that the girl
Albert!
was a victim of the gorilla which escaped.
What is it?
I feel cold suddenly, and my face is burning like the other night. The night, Monique.
Don't get excited. We're going back home.
I wonder what it is.
Put them on now. Your glasses. Jeanette is upstairs in her room. She won't wake up for several hours. But I want you to watch outside her door and don't move from there till you see me. Put this stuff somewhere else.
I must save her at any cost. I'd give my life to save her. There's always one way. Insertion. Transplant the glance of another woman, a young one.
What more do you want me to do? Sacrifice myself for her?
Yes, another one like Monique.
And if the after effects are the same.
Another and another until I save her once and for all. But I don't have the courage. I don't want to kill again.
Hello, Gunther Dedmund coming to you live from the basement sublet of horror Fallout Shelter. What? A cardboard box, you say? Well, actually it is a cardboard box, but I figure if a newspaper will protect you from serious burns, a cardboard box is 4 times, 5 times as protective. As a matter of fact, I'm completely safe from harm in here. Actually, you have to believe me. What's that? And now, back to the basement sublet of horror. We're about halfway through the Atomic Age Vampire, and if you're not asleep yet, well, this one will do it. I tell you. Anyway, back to the movie, Atomic Age Vampire. Let's go to a cartoon instead.
Create a monster.
A monster who doesn't fear killing, who doesn't suffer as it's killed.
The flavor will emerge as the process continues. The taste of coffee heightens and increases until all that is good has been extracted.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
And you
and you and you. Jump and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover. Duck and cover. Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
Young lady,
Hey, it's late.
come here. I'll give you anything you ask.
All right. You really gave me a turn. What are we playing? Hide and seek?
The boiling water now passes over the coffee, and the brewing process begins. The flame is lowered, and, well, watch.
You see? Are you convinced now?
Oh, but
Think calmly. And without this obsession for your looking glass. I know you're thinking of yesterday. I'm still upset myself. You're afraid the cure will not be permanent. But you're mistaken. Now it's only a question of cell growth. I've already solved this problem. We must allow the cells we've regenerated to achieve lasting stability, nourish them artificially for a time. And especially with a transplant.
transplant?
Yes, it must be done. And it must be done more than once.
How many more times will you have to treat me?
A few. Very few. No one hopes so more than I do. You could never understand what it has cost me to make you well again. And yet, all I would have to do is tell you. To make you realize how deeply I love you. Jeanette!
No! Leave me alone, Albert. Then, all at once, you can find yourself in a situation where your physical urges fight against your reason.
Please go. I must get dressed now. We can see each other later out in the garden.
Very well, then. Garona. That's Pierre Mornay's ship. And it docked here today. Where's the key to the front gate? It is! Oh. Hurry, come with me.
But certainly not all atoms are alike. There are in nature more than 90 basic elements, which is science's term for families of atoms. To scientists, the atoms of the individual atom families, or elements, are identified by number.
Coffee, the second element.
Pierre!
I can't believe it. Jeanette. Jeanette. You recovered. Why didn't they tell me at the clinic when I looked for you? But they told me you'd always be disfigured. Didn't you ever want to see me?
It was the truth, Pierre, the truth.
Didn't you know I looked everywhere for you?
Oh, Pierre, take me away. I'm so frightened.
Oh, tell me.
He'd never learn that way. Yes, Bill had a handicap. That handicap was fear.
There's a man in the water there. I heard a flag. Hurry, Ed. Lieutenant Mornay.
But Bill couldn't forget himself. He kept thinking and worrying.
Think I'm a coward, do they? Well, maybe I am. If only I weren't so afraid, I could learn to swim. I could have fun like that.
Yes, there are lots of things to do on dates. If you know how to look for them, if you plan them with the other person in mind, and if you really try to make sure each date's a good time. If you do these things, you'll know what to do on your date.
And you're positive that she's the same person?
There's no doubt about it. And this one showing the scars was given to me at the clinic that's on her way disfigured forever.
Yes. The photographs are of the same girl, I agree.
Yet she's cured, perfectly normal. It's her same face.
But who would be likely to hide such a miracle as that?
Whoever it was who tried to kill me.
For what reason?
An hour ago in Rue d'Orme, Police Sergeant Brundell recovered a stolen automobile. This is the license number. The same automobile, a short time before, just about the same moment the assault occurred, was stopped for speeding on the Esplanade, where it passes the waterfront, by Patrolman Cholin. Inside, as well as the driver, there was an unconscious woman and a doctor taking her to the hospital.
You see?
Maybe he was taking her to a private clinic. The name of the doctor?
Well, Cholin didn't bother to ask him that under the circumstances. It could have been a doctor who commandeered the first automobile he found.
Or a clever criminal who would say anything to avoid identifying either himself or the woman.
Jeanette.
You're Bill Brent, aren't you? I've noticed you out there.
Oh, it's no use, Mr. Barker. I'm afraid. I'm a coward.
You're the first coward I've ever known that had courage enough to admit it. Huh? Most people are afraid of something. Most folks are afraid of wild animals. I always get out of the way when I see one coming toward me. I guess that makes me a coward, too.
That's different. That makes sense.
Bill Brent, a coward? I can't believe it. And what's he doing hanging out with that really odd man? That's my landlord upstairs. I'm making too much noise showing my movies down here. Try and stop me.
We return now to the basement sublet of horror.
You're watching Atomic Age Vampire on the basement sublet of horror. So far, well, let me recap. Well, never mind, you haven't missed anything. This movie is so awful, so bad. Oh. It's like, why'd you cut it down? Will the professor kill again? Who cares? Watch the movie.
Good evening, Professor Levin. Please excuse us if we're... Oh, this is Police Sergeant Durand. Marais, I think you already know. Excuse the interruption if we're disturbing you at this hour, but passing in front of your villa, I thought, why don't I leave it up to you, Professor Levin, to clarify a scientific problem we have? You were so extremely kind to me when we met each other that time before, in those unfortunate circumstances.
Oh, yes. My poor assistant had passed away. Monique Riviere. Now then, Inspector.
I'll make it brief. Look here, Professor, have you been following an éclairsoir all that tommy-rot about Sadok, the monster?
Not closely. Tommy-rot is the right word for it. Cheap, sensational journalism. Chief?
All right, go out and smoke. If you don't mind, that is.
I see. You've been impressed by the recurring factor in these cases of the wound from the throat to the sternum. The obsession of a vindictive-minded man who's been poisoned or disfigured forever by atomic radiation. One might even say, a vampire of the atom age who wants to recover.
Exactly. What do you say?
The hypothesis is melodramatic.
You just said the hypothesis is melodramatic, but the fact that you don't exclude it altogether puts me, how shall I say, more at peace with my own conscience. We mustn't let our feet get too far off the ground.
Chief,
the photograph? Right. Excuse me, I had another purpose in coming here to see you. Look here. Examine these two photos. Do you believe that a woman reduced to such a state as this might recover altogether? What I mean is without any scar, without a trace. All right, then. This other photo, which was submitted to me as proof of her actual recovery, must have been taken at some time prior to her accident. We've been disturbing you long enough. We're most grateful, Professor.
I'll accompany you.
Marais, we're leaving. Durand.
Jeannette. Jeannette, please forgive me. It's too late now to make any difference, and there's nothing more I can do to help you. There's no hope of your recovery. You will remain as you... No. It's impossible. The treatments have taken effect at last. We are saved. Do you hear me? Saved, I say. Come, get up now, Jeannette. We must leave here immediately.
I don't believe you.
But you're completely cured, and it's forever. It was I who did it. Just when I began to think that... Come on, get dressed. Don't lose any more time. We must get away from this place as soon as possible.
Away?
Yes, at once, I said.
No.
Have you lost your mind, Jeanette? Those policemen suspect me by this time.
The police were here.
Don't ask me to explain it to you. I don't want to. Hurry up now.
I'll hurry, but I'm not leaving with you.
Jeanette!
You made me a promise, and this is the decision I've made.
Jeanette, I want to dismind you here. I've even killed for you. I've fed you. I've unleashed a horrible force within me that I can no longer control. You alone can help me stop it. Tell me that you will never abandon me now.
No!
Look again. You begin to understand now. Tell me you belong to me, that you will run away with me. It is my only hope of salvation. Then you will see again the man you came to for help and who loves you so much. It all depends on you.
No, it's horrible.
Jeanette.
Let go of me.
Pull the trigger and
murder the man who condemned himself for you. Have that much courage at least, because in a moment or two you will go mad. Mad with horror you don't know. But believe me when I say you can still save me. If you would say to me,
No, I can't bear it.
no. So you say no. Well, then get dressed. I'll give you 1 minute and no more. You're coming with me whether you want to or not. I don't know what will become of us. It doesn't matter anymore. But you'll never see your Pierre again. You're mine. Mine! I kill you first.
Albert, have you no pity?
That's what I ask of you. I.
No!
What should you do? Look for cover, the nearest cover. Don't try to make it home unless home is the nearest place to go. Don't hesitate. Find cover.
Sasha, listen. You must. I'm living, Sasha. Jeanette, we must hide her as we did before.
In the end, it remains a simple thing, easy to attain, well made and well enjoyed. A good cup of good coffee.
Inspector! Yes. Watch out! Levin! Look there! Fire a volley through the window pane. Come out, Levin! Come out with your hands up! Jeanette! Don't come back!
Take that man out of here.
Yes, the knowledge is ours,
and preparation can mean survival for you. So act now. Someday your life may depend on it.
Duck and cover. Duck.
I'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll be back with another movie specially trimmed down for your enjoyment. Shortened if you want. Why waste time with those lengthy, awful movies when you can watch a short one? So, tune in next week.